see, can you see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly wheeled, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket enclave, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Are you a first responder? At Husqvarna, we support the uniformed men and women who serve our country and communities. As a way to honor your service, we created the Military and First Responder Appreciation Program. As a first responder, you qualify for a discount on your purchase of Husqvarna powered equipment. Get 10% off select commercial products at participating dealers. Whether you're starting a business or maintaining your property, you can count on Husqvarna. Find out why we're the brand that's trusted by real professionals. Visit Green's Dependable Hardware at 15220A Highway 43, Russellville, Alabama. You can also find them on Facebook at Green's Dependable Hardware. Give them a call at 256-331-0123.
Our core business for the last 31 years has been industrial sewing machines for the apparel and textile industry. Of late, we have a vast network of friends throughout the industry wanting us to locate items that nobody can find, such as hand sanitizer, masks, KN95s, isolation face shields, elastic, and we start to supply these people who are sewing at home, healthcare workers, and people like that, hospitals and different ones with these kind of products. You can call me at 205-485-3891. You can send me an email, robert@collierequipment.com. You can call the office at area code 256-229-6595. You can connect with our business page, Facebook at Collier Equipment Inc. We're on Instagram under Collier Equipment. So we've got many sources that you can contact us or send us a message.
If you like hickory smoked ribs that fall apart at the slightest pull, or barbecue shoulders that are so slow smoked each tender bite melts in your mouth, then you are going to love Baby Jack's Barbecue. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett and Arlington. Try the barbecue chicken, beef brisket sandwich, barbecue potato, it is huge, or the Baby Jack Trio, pork, turkey, or beef brisket sliders. You like wet ribs? They like dry ribs. Get one slab that has them both. Catering? Baby Jack's can feed a family or an army. Drive in, drive through, order online, or come in and set a minute. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett at Highway 70 in Appling, or in Arlington at Highway 70 just a block west of 385.
Hello, my name is Christian Martinez. I'm a rising senior at Athens Bible School. My school is great because of the wonderful environment in which students can grow and flourish. We have great academics that include the University Preparatory Diploma and dual enrollment courses that lead to an associate's degree before high school graduation. All my teachers and the school's employees are Christians who are devoted to the welfare of students. We have an excellent student body, competitive sports program, and study the Bible first thing every day. It's a great place. Please consider joining us at ABS next year, or give that special child in your life the great opportunity I have.
Are you in Alabama and need questions answered by a medical professional? If so, my friends at Trinity Medical Care are proud to announce that they are offering telemedicine. With telemedicine, you can stay at home and still have your visit with the doctor. Telemedicine from Trinity Medical Care is now available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make your telemedicine appointment today by calling 256-489-3192. That number again, 256-489-3192. You can also follow Trinity Medical Care on Facebook.
Hey everybody, this is Daryl Worley, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. Hey, step up and make a difference like he does.
Hey y'all, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and you can make a huge difference in somebody's life. You just may not have figured out how yet, and that's why you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi, this is Maggie Peterson. I played Charlene Darling on The Andy Griffith Show, and you are listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi folks, this is Ricky Skaggs, and you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hello, I'm Gene Stallings, and this is The Mark White Show. Get off the sideline and get involved and make a difference in your community.
You are listening to The Mark White Show. My daddy is your host, Mark White.
Do something good today.
Sitting here remembering is when the missing you part kicks in. Hot dog picnics on the porch, building couch cushion forts, long rainy day afternoons that ended way too soon. Some things last forever, and I'll never ever forget those days playing the game of life and singing Amazing Grace. Yeah, we struggled, but man, it was worth it. Painted on our American perfect. So many tears, but a lot more laughs. Some things you can't get back. Chasing fireflies, they'd light up a mason jar. We'd fall asleep in grandma's arms. Some things last forever, and I'll never ever forget those days. Picking flowers in the yard and jumping in the lake. Yeah, we struggled, but man, it was worth it. Painted on our American perfect. So many tears, but a lot more laughs. Some things you can't get back. Going down Granddaddy's River Rock Drive. After we all said goodbye, wish I could tell him one last time. Some things last forever, and I'll never ever forget those days. Helping Dad pack the car and wishing we could stay. Yeah, we struggled, but man, it was worth it. Painted on our American perfect. So many tears, but a lot more laughs. So many tears, but a lot more laughs. Some things you can't get back. Some things you can't get back. Some things you can't get back.
Welcome to another edition of the Mark White Show and the Mary Faye Headrick Good Deed segment. I just led into this segment with a special song, Can't Get Back, and it's by Kaylee Rutland. Kaylee is on the line with me right now, and she is a singer-songwriter, and I'm so happy to have her join me here on the Mark White Show and the Mary Faye Headrick Good Deed segment today. Welcome to the Mark White Show, Kaylee Rutland.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, I shared with you just before we started this interview that I had just heard your music yesterday. That is the very first time. I love it.
Oh, well, thank you.
Your song, Can't Get Back, really touched me a lot because I was actually raised by my grandparents. My experience with my grandmother and my grandfather and the things that we did are very similar in that song. Did you write that song yourself, Kaylee?
I co-wrote it. So I was one of 4 writers in the room that day, but I'm so touched to hear that it is somewhat of a universal experience and that some of the lyrics were familiar to you from your own childhood. That's so great.
Were you the youngest one in the room writing this song?
I was actually, yeah.
That was my guess.
At first, I was a little concerned. I was like, oh no, I'm going to be like the young idiot that like we're writing a song about our childhoods. Might have a disjointed kind of different experience, but as we were all sort of sharing stories of how we'd grown up, and a lot of it was pulled from my experiences of visiting my grandparents as a child, we realized that a lot of us really did kind of have a similar story to tell, even though we spanned several generations, and that was really cool. We
can always find a common thread between us. And our experiences, as you say, if it's a young person growing up right now in the middle of COVID-19, or it's somebody like myself who grew up in the 80s, there is an experience and there's a feeling and an emotion. It's like a lady I was talking to earlier today, and there was this lady at church years ago. I could not remember her name. I could picture her face, but every time you asked her, how are you doing? She would say, fantastic. And that stayed in my head. That was always her thing. She was fantastic. She's gone now, but the feelings that it left with me remain. And that's the amazing part about a song like this is you're sharing things that bring back up these memories.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really am. I'm glad that it has that kind of positive, nostalgic effect, which was definitely what we were hoping for when we were sharing our stories back when we were writing it. So I really appreciate it.
One of the things I want to share with you about the Mark White Show, and I'm not sure how much you know about the Mark White Show because you probably found out about the Mark White Show yesterday as well. I recognize people who are making a difference in our communities, and I share their stories in an effort to encourage and inspire us all to make a difference. During this time especially where people are confined to home or they're not able to go out in the way that they could before, their lives have come to a standstill in some ways. People are still finding opportunities to make a difference in their communities and finding ways to help people who need the help. If we're prepared as a people and there are those who are unprepared, we can take it on ourselves to try to help those who are unprepared so that they can catch up with us and we can all go in this battle together, be right alongside each other, locking arms. Not literally because we have to keep 6 feet right now, but still locking arms.
Absolutely. No, I absolutely agree. I think kind of like you said right now, that's more important than probably it ever has been in most of our lifetimes. I think that's really great.
How has life been during this COVID-19 period for Kaylee?
It's been a very interesting transition. Probably my favorite part about what I get to do is performing live and getting to travel and play at festivals and concerts and just get to meet people face to face and play my music physically in front of them. It's one of my favorite things. And obviously right now that is not of the part of this industry that's kind of up and running. So I think the biggest transition for me has been doing shows just through the internet, doing like a Facebook Live, and with this new EP that I just released, having to share all of it and release it just through the internet. While it's partly a bummer not to be able to interact with people and share this music face to face, it also makes me very grateful for the technology that we have to be able to interact even when we aren't together in the same physical space.
And I believe that the song that you're referring to, Every Minute Matters, when you think about that on a bigger scale, I think that we're starting to gain more of an appreciation, depending on your situation, of course, but we're starting to gain an appreciation for what these minutes in a day actually mean. Now that we can be with our families a little more, we're not as involved with all these different activities, and we can find a little peace. One of my buddies, Brett Kissel, he's a singer-songwriter himself up in Canada, lives in Nashville now. He shared a little bit about that the other day, how that his schedule was so busy, he was so occupied with all the things that he had to do, and this has created a little opportunity for him to slow down a little bit, to get to spend some time with his children and his wife.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think that's really cool. I know I'm a fan of his music, and I love hearing that this is a cool opportunity for him, and I'm sure for many other people in our country, or really our planet right now, to sort of, like you said, recognize that every minute does matter, and we can kind of recenter and recognize what's most important to us.
The song was released on Friday.
Yes, yeah, just a couple days ago.
What has been the overall response so far now that you're having to get the feedback from social media and other avenues?
I've actually been very shocked, pleasantly so, in how positive the reception has been, and just very humbled, because I was a little bit nervous, I have to admit, going into it, where I was like, all right, this is one of the first times that I won't be able to, during this season, be out playing the shows live or handing out physical copies of a CD. And it's just been really heartwarming to receive messages from whether it's fans and followers or just my own friends and families, and just knowing that people are actually listening to this new EP and responding positively to the songs, which is, again, it's just very humbling. I spent most of last year working on this project, and I'm just so glad that it's finally out.
Folks, we're talking to Kaylee Rutland. She's a singer-songwriter, just has a new song out last Friday, Every Minute Matters. She's joining us here on the Mark White Show and the Mary Faye Headrick Good Deeds segment right now. I hope you'll stick with us. I am your host, Mark White.
Some things you can't get back.
Hi, this is Maddie from Mama Nims.
And this is Amy. Come on out to Mama Nims and have some ribeye steaks, hamburger steaks, pond-raised catfish, whole fish or fillets, made from scratch, homemade, the best in the world ever, apple pies, fresh desserts.
Y'all come by and see us.
Thank you, Amy and Maddie. I would like to encourage you to go to Mama Nims in Anderson, Alabama, 256-800-4003. Check them out on Facebook at Mama Nims, MAMANEMS. Just like Mama's cooking, we put the love in it. Thompson Roofing and Construction is a locally owned family business serving the North Alabama and Southern Tennessee area. They are a Better Business Bureau A+ member since 2011 and a GAF Master Elite Contractor. Give them a call at 256-952-3309 or check them out on the web at 256roofing.com. They offer free inspections.
Thompson Roofing and Construction.
Located at 1207 East Forest Street behind CVS on Highway 31 in Athens, Suzanne's Bakery is open Tuesday 10 to 6, Wednesday 10 to 5:30, and Thursday and Friday morning from 6:30 until 6 in the evening. You can also place to-go orders for a meal or fresh-baked dessert to enjoy with your family, or even have an event catered. Check out Suzanne's menu at suzannesbakery.com or give them a call at 256-232-8210.
Fresh baked.
Southwind Barbershop is currently closed due to COVID-19, but Philip hopes when he reopens, you'll support his business. Is it time for a haircut? Give my friend Philip Butler at Southwind Barbershop a call, located in the Foodland Shopping Center at 16041 Highway 72 in Rogersville, Alabama. You can call him at 256-247-5658. Make an appointment or just walk in. That's Southwind Barbershop in Rogersville, Alabama. The Alabama Music Hall of Fame is currently closed due to COVID-19, but they hope that you'll make plans to visit them when they reopen. Located in Tuscumbia, Alabama, the Alabama Music Hall of Fame honors Alabama's music achievers. You can even go into the recording studio and try out your talents as a singer. That's the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, located at 617 Highway 72 West in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 256-381-4417. Check them out on the web at alamhof.org. Welcome back to the Mark White Show. This, I would say, is a very special edition as we have Kaylee Rutland on the line with us. She just had a new single come out, and she was sharing about that before. And one of the things I always try to get out of my guests is who they give credit to for where they are today. When I did a sports show a few years back, instead of the stats, instead of touchdowns and championships and trophies, it got to the point of who made a difference in your life and how are you making a difference in someone's life today. Kaylee, I know you have a lot of fans and followers, and you have a unique opportunity to be a really good example, a shining light for a lot of people. We have to start somewhere, and many times it starts with family members or starts with a teacher or somebody that you were very close to growing up. Share some of those experiences of people that influenced you in a positive way.
Yeah, I am going to have to force myself to narrow this down a bit because I know there have been just an absolute slew of people who have positively impacted me throughout my life and this specific musical journey. But like you said, I think one of the biggest starting points for me would be family. I know that there are a lot of people, especially those who go into more creative industries, who maybe have a difficult time garnering hometown support. But from when I was 8 or 9 years old, I think my parents have been absolutely nothing but supportive. My grandpa used to drive me to all of my voice lessons. My mom would stay up late at night watching me practice and giving me tips, and my parents and siblings have always come to all my shows, even some that are in Nashville, even though they all live in Texas. And it's obviously grown from there with choir teachers in high school and all of the producers and songwriters that I've worked with since moving to Nashville. But I don't think I even would have met or gotten the opportunity to work with any of those people had my family not encouraged me every single step of this journey.
And that is an incredible message for people. And one of the things I want to share with you right now, Kaylee, it's been several months ago, but we had a little guy was at St. Jude Children's Hospital, and his name was Day Day. He actually passed away from cancer. I covered his story through my show. I tried to help the family as I could. I had a buddy that had a barbecue restaurant in Memphis, and he would give gift certificates to families. I followed Day Day's journey. I believe there's a reason why we were connected for this particular show. I went to your page, and just to tell you how new you are to this area where I'm at in North Alabama, I had one mutual friend, who is a follower of your page, and it is Day Day's mama.
My goodness.
Her name is Erin Smith, and she lives in Memphis, Tennessee, and she still posts about Day Day, and understandably why. He was an incredible kid. You could watch the videos, little kid dancing on the videos and just having fun, but he was always hooked up to the tubes, and he had a life that most children don't experience, but he experienced it with great courage and strength. And one of the things I wanted to do, because I noticed Erin is a follower of your page, I wanted you to give a shout out to Erin and tell her hello, just a positive message for her right now.
Yeah, I would absolutely love that. Yeah. I'm like almost tearing up right now. I think that's so beautiful. Hi, Erin. It's so nice to be able to hear a little bit about your story, and your son sounds like he was, and his memory continues to be just an absolute light and much stronger than I think many of us are as adults. And I think that's such a testimony of how we all aspire to inspire other people. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
And I want Erin to know right now, Erin, we're going to continue to do things to keep Day Day's legacy alive. Whatever I can do, whatever moment I can find, whether it's talking to Kaylee or somebody else, then we're going to keep your little boy's memory alive. Day Day is going to continue to make a difference in the lives of others and be a light to people, an example of that courage and strength. Whether it's a person that's 7 or 8 years old or 80 or 90 years old, we're going to find a way to let your son be the example and a positive example for them in their life. Kaylee, when you think about your own family and situations, I know you come across people who say, my son's having this issue, I have this issue. Your music has really touched me in a way that causes me to feel that there's hope.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I have to say, even if you had 1,000 people tell you that they liked your song or that they hated your song or whatever their response to it was, I don't think that it could mean a quarter as much as it does to have one person who, on a deep level, it impacts them. Whether it's something really serious or even just something in a small way. That's why we do music. And for me and many of the people that I get to collaborate with in the music industry, I think that's something that affects us more than anything else, is being able to hear people's stories. And not only does it allow us to share those stories through music and hope to inspire other people. But I think being able to hear the impact that a song can have on someone's life and any kind of struggle that they've gone through, I think it allows us to sort of be humbled a little bit and just grow as people, being able to hear and share other people's stories.
Kaylee, if you want to touch people's lives with your music, maybe a brand new audience here from the Mark White Show, tell people how they can connect with you and your music.
Yeah, a good starting place is my website. It's KayleeRutland.com. All of my music can be found there, as well as any streaming or downloading service that you listen to. And I'm on all social media at Kaylee Rutland. And kind of like we've been talking about, I really love just getting to meet people and learn their stories. And especially right now with all the craziness going on, this is such a great way for me to be able to interact with people who've heard my music, even when we're not face to face.
And you're quite a bit younger than me, but I'll just tell you, I'm 40 now, about to be 41. But if you're not connecting with people and you're not getting those stories and it's not touching you in a special way, then you're really not living life in the way that you should. I was a police officer off and on for 17 years. I had a restaurant and all these different things that I did. The one thing that matters the most are the connections that I made, and those are the things that will last. Those relationships will be remembered, just like Miss Fantastic that I told you about earlier. I remember Fantastic, and I always will, and it puts a smile on my face every time I think about her. But those are the important things, whether you're a singer-songwriter or you're a law enforcement officer, or you work in a grocery store or a convenience store, or you're a teacher. Those are the things that mean the most.
I couldn't agree more. And thank you, because I think as a young person, that's something that I continually need to be reminded of, as many people do. So I appreciate it.
Whatever we're doing, Kaylee, we can get caught up in the moment and forget that it's really about individuals. It's really about one person. Somebody asked one time about having a bunch of followers. I have an amazing group of people who follow the Mark White Show, but it's about one person. When I share your story, Kaylee, or I share the man who was shot in the head, who served in the Navy, shot at a convenience store, blind in both eyes, but now is a world wakeboarding champion, I'm sharing that story to touch one person. I could reach 1 million people, but if I reach one person, that story right there is a success. It doesn't matter if 1 million people heard it. It's the person who needed to hear it at that moment, and it has an effect on their life in a positive way, and that is exactly my goal.
I don't think you could have a better goal, honestly. I think that's absolutely wonderful.
Kaylee, I have really enjoyed the opportunity to get to talk to you today and have you share your story, share your music, get to have this conversation. Of course, we have to do it at a distance, but I look forward to the day when maybe I can meet you in person.
Likewise. And yeah, thank you so much for having me on and taking the time to chat with me. I really appreciate it.
Folks, we've been talking to Kaylee Rutland. She is a singer-songwriter. Go to KayleeRutland.com. And just to help some of you out, because I know that Kaylee can be spelled about 15 different ways, it's Kaylee, and last name is Rutland. How did I do with my southern accent saying that, Kaylee?
Oh, right after my own heart as a Texas girl. Spot on.
I have to ask you, where in Texas are you from?
Just north of Dallas, from Flower Mound.
All right. Well, my granddad was born in Red Oak, Texas, which is just to the southwest of Dallas. My granddad grew up on a cotton gin back in the 20s and 30s and 40s. His dad was a manager of a cotton gin, and he used to take us out there and show us the kind of work he did out in the cotton field. It's so definitely a different life. That's why you're part of the Mary Faye Headrick Good Deed segment right now, because it was named for my grandmother who raised me. She passed away 2 years ago, so just feel honored that you're on her segment because she loved the Good Deed segment, and when she passed, I said, I'm going to name this segment after her. I'm going to let her legacy live just like Day Day's legacy, and every time I can find a way to do that for a person, I'm going to do it.
Oh, I think that's absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure that she's looking down from heaven, and that just means absolutely the world to her.
That's a really good thought because she meant so much to me, and I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for her. Again, Kaylee, thank you for joining me here on the Mark White Show. I appreciate your time and look forward to hearing some more good things from you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. You take care. Have a great day.
You too.
That was Kaylee Rutland. Go to KayleeRutland.com. We appreciate the conversation we had. I hope you'll tune in next time. You've been listening to the Mark White Show and the Mary Faye Headrick Good Deed segment, and I am your host, Mark White.
broken people on a journey home. Spread a little love before your chance is gone. We may never see tomorrow anyway. Let's all do something good today. Oh, won't you hear me, people, when I say, well, let's all do something good